Alright, so you just bought your house in New World, and you want to make sure that your house is on top and it's displayed to everyone. The biggest thing is going to be making sure you have close to max decorations while also having a very high decoration score, which will calculate into the points. And a big problem with that in this game is when you get items that clip through anything, you'll lose points. So regardless of how it looks, like you see, this stump is sort of clipped into the wall, and you can see the decoration score of 186. But if you pick it up, the score goes up. So all you have to do is move it a little bit away from the wall, make sure the points go up, make sure it's not clipping through anything, and you're good to go. Now I'm not quite sure if this is losing me points or not, but we're gonna find out. So apparently it doesn't like things that are hovering upside down on your porch. So my points just went up by removing an item just because it was, I don't know, maybe clipping through something. Not really sure about that, but you can really see by, well, I guess that was as well. So that's 7 points, and you just want to make sure that when you move it and place it down somewhere else, that the points actually, or the decoration score goes up. Now, things like this that I thought looked, alright enough are just really not good enough. Let's see. Well, actually, that might have been fine. So I guess some things can slightly clip. But other things, like these two items I sort of combined because I thought it might look a little bit better, not quite so much. So just by removing that, you can see that I got 22 points there, which will calculate to a much larger number. And then you just have to go inside and sort of move things around just for the point system. It may not look as nice, but it'll get the job done. And that's still clipping on something. It's hard to tell. Some things will work and some things won't. Sometimes you'll need to use the lock to surface in order to get them to give you the score. And really, you might just have to find a completely new place for it and leave things the way they were before. Some other items that will give you problems is, even though chairs aren't touching anything, they will give you minus points for being underneath a table. So my decoration score is 242. I pick this up. It goes up 11 points. You place the chair down somewhere else, you get 3 points. So you just need to find a nice spot for it that doesn't lose you points. However, the bar stools are, they work just fine underneath the tables. I'm not sure why, but then you can't sit in them. I think a lot of this stuff is actually alright, but it's hard to tell unless you actually pick it up. So this is, this area is too packed, so it won't work, but if you just place it randomly in the middle of the floor, it's good to go. That was alright. We'll go through a couple other things. Most of this stuff might be alright. These things could be touching. Let's see. Nope, they are fine. So the maritime place settings might be a little more forgiving than a few of the other items. Those are alright. These are definitely clipped through the wall because that's where I put them, but I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do about that otherwise. Here's one of the most frustrating things is when you're trying to combine items to make larger furniture. Well, this cat can get out of the way. So I can get 18 points just for removing that because it's clipping through these 2 beds I have stacked to make a couch. So we'll pick these up, and you'll see the points go up. This paper will be found somewhere else. And you can even put a bed back down here. Though I don't know why I would just have a bed in the corner, but I mean, for the points, you know, why not? And as for some of this other stuff, you'll just need to find a place in the middle of your floor if you want max points. It's ideal if you can still walk by, but until they change this, you really don't have a choice. Here's another floating couch made out of straw cots. Same problem. Score will go up as soon as you remove them. And I think you can only get points for having one of them down in the house. That still must be clipping. There you go. 326. Some of this stuff might be alright. And curtains are also a major problem with the decoration score. If you pick these up, you'll notice you get 7 points. And you have to just find a random place on a wall. And that doesn't work either, probably because it clips into some of these other items that are laying around. Rugs on the floor touching anything? Nope. It's got to be completely away from everything. And there's probably a million other things in here. Well, maybe about 50 that are touching something else that'll lose me points. That being one of them. Alright. Alright, so you'll notice curtains are also a problem. 322. You go and pick them up. 329. I'm pretty sure it's some of the beams around the windows, or maybe the walls. It's not very clear. There's no real indicator on what will cause it to be an issue or not, and some windows you can't even place them on. So you'll need to put them on either a wall, or you know, you'll need to move some of your furniture away from the wall to let them hang down behind it. Another problem are rugs. If you want them to be placed sort of in your doorway, you know, you lose points for it, so they really just need to be out in the open. I hung some curtains outside of the house, and I'm really not sure whether or not they give me points or reduce them, but it was a real pain to get them there, you know, somewhat even, so. Some of these things outside are nearly outside of my housing area, so it's not very friendly. Like the sail rigging there, it won't hang much further than about a foot off of there because this area is just outside and not part of the house. But what you can do to hang items or float items really is use other items. So you can place things on a wall, grab another item, move it, use the lock to surface buttons, and place them on it in order to create some kind of, you know, different stuff. just be aware that it'll probably negatively affect your decoration score. Like that does. And that does as well. So hopefully that'll be something that they end up changing. But, you know, who knows. Alright, hope this has helped, and good luck.